So I want to talk about collaborative projects. We used the word collaboration earlier, and I want to talk about collaborative projects between clubs and um, different parts of Rotary. So I just want to talk about what this collaborate means. I looked up in the dictionary. It's to work together or with someone else for a special purpose. That could almost define Rotary and Rotary clubs. That's what we do. We work together with other people for special purposes. So it really does fit what we're trying to do in Rotary. Shaker said we need to do more to grow more. So we need to do more projects to grow membership, to actually grow Rotary completely. So we can only do more if we actually work together. And we've had quite a few successful projects in our district over recent years, and these are some of the bigger ones I think over the last 5 years maybe. Rise Against Hunger meal packing that that Ari and I are very passionate about. We've had the wrap up collecting coats and the shoe aid collecting shoes. So let's talk a little bit about those. So collaboration could be two clubs. It could be the club next door, the club in the same town as you. It could be your cluster group of 7 or 8 clubs led by AG. It could be several clusters as we've had in the past. It could be the whole district. We'd all do something together as we did with meal packing. It could be the district next door. It could be several districts, couldn't it? And we could go global, international partnerships. Nikki talked about clubs in other districts working together. This can be as big as you want it to be, or as small as you want it to be. It can be either way. You can scale up or down. But working together gets you bigger, better, more effective, impactful projects. I suppose the first big project that I was involved in that involved sort of collaboration was really Rise Against Hunger, when Ari and I came back from our trip to Brazil and kind of said to our club, we'd like to do this project and it's going to involve £25,000 fundraising and it's going to involve 500 volunteers. And the club said, whoa, this is too big for us, we can't do it. As you'll know by now, I'm not easily put off by these things. So we thought, well, if we collaborate, we can do it. And I remember being at district assembly in 2015 and presenting to the district and saying, do you all want a piece of this project? And I think David Ellis's comment to me was, good luck with that, he said. I don't think he thought we could actually do it because we were looking to get 30 clubs working together. And at that point, I think the best project had been 4 or 5. But we pulled it off as a district. We all got together and we came to in 2016, back over 100,000 meals with more than 30 clubs. Every club got involved in fundraising. Every club got involved, be there with your hairnet on and your plastic gloves packing food. It was a great fun event. It was a really good event on the day. We even got on the BBC Evening News, didn't we? It was so good that we've done it again. We've done it several times since then. We've done several events in the district and we're planning the next one. So we've got an event in Sandbach in our district, which is currently on hold because of COVID. But whenever we can get the COVID restrictions lifted and get the school to accept what we're going to do, please come and join us on that. And we'll publicise that as soon as we can get more detail on that. So at some point in the year, we were doing a Rise Against Hunger meal pack in this district, hosted by Sandbach. We're doing more across the country. Irene and I are involved in events in Coventry and events in Blackpool. So there's a whole lot of things actually going on with this. So watch this space, but it's a great collaborative project. As Nikki said, it's a fun project as well, but it's the fun back into Rotary. So watch space for this one. We did wrap up Greater Manchester in 3 cluster groups, Bolton, Salford and Stockport, collecting coats for the homeless, vulnerable people. This was a no fundraising required project. This was a hands-on project. We coordinated the collection of coats, get venues to collect coats, sort the clothing out. So it was a service project, but with no real fundraising involved. It went very well. I'm told it's going to be repeated again this year, so watch this space for more details. These are just some teasers for you, but as you do your own club assemblies, think about, do you want to get involved in these sort of projects? The other benefit is that there's actually environmental impact from this one. These coats might have gone to landfill, so it's like an environmental project, it's a homeless project, it's a service project, it's a no fundraising project as well. Very similarly, last year we were doing shoe aid. So we're collecting shoes for people across the world. So that was again, collections were actually delayed by COVID, but we got over that in the end. It was just really talking to your local community, talking to schools, local businesses, local shops to raise collection points, talking to your family, your friends, Rotarians, other clubs and organisations. So it was a collaborative project that was just collecting shoes. Very simple, very straightforward, but most clubs could do this. Again, there'll be more detail coming out on these in the next sort of few weeks and months. I'm giving you a whistle-stop tour of a taster of some collaborative projects, just to add into your plans for your own club for next year. This one, Smiles for All, was mentioned at the international rally that happened a few months ago, and my own club is doing this in Warrington. It's really collecting underwear, bras and pants, to go off to Africa, and also people in the UK, surprisingly, as well. Basically collect these pants and bras, they go off to charity in Scotland, they sort them out, and they do the distribution there. It makes a huge difference to kids in Africa, girls who can complete their education. Could your club collect a pair of pants? I'm sure we could. Watch this space again for more information. These are just quick tasters as we run through, because I'm conscious of the time tonight. Laptops for schools. There's 4 clubs placed. This one, other clubs did it as well, but this was a 4-club project. Collect laptop computers for school during lockdown. Had them refurbished by local businesses. Give it out to the kids. A great project. Again, there's environmental benefit to it. The kids benefited to it. The public image, and this was really good. There was a campaign. They've got videos. They've got a website. Listen to what Irene was talking about last night. They publicised this very well. Great public image for Rotary and a great project. So yeah, just another one that you can think about. Other things that I know that are going on at the moment. Medical blister pack recycling for pills and potions. That's happening. Tree planting schemes. There's lots of clubs doing that together. I think I'm going to plant a tree in Bolton sometime next month as part of a project to do with that. Oxygenators for COVID in India in the district. I think we've bought some of these already going out to India as a joint project. The QR poster project is actually being run. This is posters to put in your local town with QR codes signposting people to help agencies for Samaritans, help when benefits, these sort of things, something we can share across the district. Health awareness days, we do stroke awareness days as clubs and groups and clusters. Water and sanitation projects have been done together by clubs and clusters again. Youth competitions. You could do today's competition as a club, as a cluster, we could do it as a district. These are all things we can actually collaborate on. And supporting food banks, I think we've all done together and in groups. So there's a whole lot of ideas that, just to give you some little things you can be thinking about for your plans for the year ahead. It's the power of Rotary, isn't it? We've got a network of contacts. We can transform small projects. The meal pack was an idea that 2 people had, and we ended up with 500 volunteers over 2 days. It gives you life-changing opportunity. We change the life of kids in Africa by feeding them these meals out of a very small project. So Rotary offers opportunities, as like Olga says. Use the Rotary network. Get your projects to go large. An idea for your club could suddenly become a project for the club next door, a cluster project, a district project, a national project. Use the power of Rotary and talk to us about it. And as Eric's just said, the foundation is there for support where appropriate. So it's our foundation. Use it to support our projects. How do we get the communication around this? Talk to the AG for cluster meetings. Share it with the club next door. District editor can publish it for you. Use the Rotary showcase to look for partners elsewhere in the world. The team leaders are there for advice and support. How you can publicise it. Talk to Irene. Is a membership benefit? Talk to Phil. Do you need some training and development? Talk to Roger. Is it a youth project? Talk to Tony. We're all here to help you to do this. But look at other organisations as well. It doesn't have to just be a Rotary project. It could be Rotary along with Scouts. It could be Rotary along with the Guides. It could be Rotary with a local fundraising group. Don't just keep it as a Rotary project. Spread it out to the community and use other people to go large on your projects. We need to do more to grow more, as we said before. So we'll stop tour on project because I want to get a little bit of time for question and answers. So thank you very much for that, and I'll stop sharing my screen and we'll jump straight into a Q&A now. So we're going to try and finish very much on time if we can. So if the panelists want to join us again on screen, and Swati can maybe look at some of the, I think we've got quite a few questions and answers to get through there. So they're all coming back in the room now, so we'll take some of the Q&A. So I've seen a few there's quite a few interesting ones coming up, I think. So over to you, Swati, as our question master for the evening.
Yes, feels like David Frost. Anyway, there are a lot of comments really, and with Tony's, there are a couple of people who can resonate what you're saying. And like Christopher Hill is saying, Tony, as a deputy head teacher in one of the most deprived school in the country, I can honestly say that our involvement in Pettipool, Ryla, and like through Turton Club are absolutely life-changing for those youngsters and brings them so much confidence and resilience for life. So resonates really what you're saying. Then Les Clancy is saying, young environmentalist, why not run the competition and the Rotary clubs adopt the winning project as its own local project?
There's nothing wrong with taking an idea from a young person and stealing it. No, but if they've got the idea and they've got it, they can always get the credit for it. And perhaps by applying some Rotary effort behind it directly, we could magnify it. It can only be for the better, can't it?
Make your project go large with Rotary. What I just said a minute ago. Go large with your Rotary project. Yeah.
Yes, Robert is again saying, Eric Russell, thanks for all these projects. This is what we need to inspire us. So you have done your job, Eric.
Good.
Okay, there is a question I don't think we will have time to answer, but blister packs, where and how to recycle?
We'll publish information on that along with the details of this just to save time. So I don't have that to hand to give you on the call, but I will publish it on the district website. Watch this space.
I mean, just to add, Eric, the information is already ready. It just needs to go on to the clubs. So,
thank you.
I'm just looking through. Ian Allen is saying, on a national or district level, in the Rotary Purple Crocus Com project to be available this year, and if is it what cost? In 2021, we received publicity for places we had planted crocus combs, both with members and with volunteers. So second part is saying thank you for that. So the cost, well, do we know what the cost is going to be?
Shall I answer that, Swati, as your foundation rep? We'll know more in July or August, but apparently the cost is going to be higher than last year. I don't know why, whether it's because there's a lack of corms or whatever, I don't know. But the information is going to be coming out in the next month or so.
Okay, thank you. Trevor Hoyle, as a long-standing judge for Young Chef, we, Roger and I, always have trouble as to what the prize is. Could Tony please let us know what the prize is this year?
No.
Sure.
Because we haven't received any of the details yet. But what I will tell you, at Ulster, when we discuss these, they reckon that the prizes should always be mentoring and experience more than we could make a monetary donation. We could apply to district for some money to give them, but money's money. It's the experience and it's the certificate of recognition of their efforts that's useful to them. But by far and away, in the discussions that we gave, not just for Young Chefs but for all the competitions, it wasn't a monetary award or a prize that they were running towards. It was the mentorship, perhaps getting the winners getting a day in the kitchens of the professional chefs to carry them forward more and more.
Only if I can just make an observation about Youth Speaks. A few years ago, there was a guy who was at the point in Youth Speaks, and he's now an MP. So that was a good start to his career.
Yeah, yeah. A £20 book token would have been neither here nor there. It's the experience of the that's the value of the competition.
A lot of questions and comments about Youth Speaks and different competitions. So you're very sort of popular this evening, Tony. Sam Addison is saying, is there a timing for entries to youth competitions? Example, must be entered by mid-October.
Yes, there is. And those those timings will come out with the competition details in due course. There are there's not a start date, you can start whenever you want, but there are definite dates when things need to be finished so that they can be moved on.
Okay, I'm just looking the similar sort of question from Mike Wilson. Youth competitions, is it possible to include start dates and final dates for each competition?
Yes.
And they'll be on the website,
They will be once the information's available from Ulster. Yeah.
Right. I mean, Christopher Hill from Turton Rotary, obviously he sees that there is a captive audience. So he's taking the opportunity and saying, any clubs wanting to get involved with laptop for schools, please get in touch.
It's all about networking. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Great. Yeah.
I mean, there's another comment from Bernard Murphy. I'm hoping to link up with a number of schools in our areas who supported the Christmas appeal. I can see an opening for the youth competitions and would welcome some information if you can send us your gift box, Tony.
I've contacted Bernard.
Okay. So
I think Phil wants to ask Eric a question, but because he's a panelist, he can't come through that. So,
yes, Phil.
Hi, Eric. I was wondering if I could ask you. Oops, hang on. I wonder if I could ask you a quick question. And is there any information that we can get about the power of how foundation works? I.e., what £10 or $10 or $100 or $1,000 buys with the power of foundation? Obviously, we get the benefit of foundation by putting money in, but is there any illustrative documents that show the power of foundation and that we could show to clubs how foundation works?
Yeah, great, Philip. There are a couple things that come to mind. We do a couple of ads in the Rotarian magazine. I'm not sure that it comes through the magazine that you all receive, but perhaps I can email you a couple of examples of what we've done. And it has things, especially with polio, we have some great examples, but also for like annual fund gift, what it can mean to help support with, say, equipment for a global grant or something like that. So, it's not an exact one-for-one, but I think it's very much in line with what you're looking for.
Thank you, Eric. Cheers.
Yeah, we'll connect.
And also, Phil, it's part of my talk to clubs on foundation as well. So if your club would like to invite me, either virtually or for real, when we can, I'd be delighted to come and talk to you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Even better.
Oh, there's something from Keith Paver. 2 million have been set aside for Rotary, 1 million of each of two types, Ruby Giant and Bars Purple. The details of the district crocus coordinator, name, address, email, and mobile number should be sent to region 209 End Polio Now. Coordinator as soon as possible. They will act as a central point for orders and delivery. This giving information. Can't see any other questions other than the comments.
There's one question, Swati, about when will the recording of this session be available? So can I pass that back to Phil, who's actually doing all the hard work behind the scenes on that? So.
Yeah, I would hope that we could get something out for the end of the weekend. So for safety, let's say next Monday. There's a bit of work there and we want it right, but it'll be on the YouTube channel and I will give Eric the links for distribution. I think
we'll also put the link on the district website. So there'll be a link on the district website when it's ready for you to click through to YouTube. But there's a bit of work, so give Phil the weekend to do that. Once he's finished his day job in his own time, he can do a bit of this for us, and we'll have it by the beginning of next week. That'll be both for last night's and tonight's session. So if you enjoyed it so much, you can watch it all over again. or for your friends that didn't make it, please pass it on to them. So yeah, thank you. Thanks, Phil. And thanks for your work in doing that as well. Is all the questions, Swati? That's good, Sam. Yes. So lovely. So, so thank you very much, everyone. We're about 3 minutes over time, which is not bad going considering that we were just about bob on last night. So I've only stolen 3 minutes of your valuable time. I'm still 107 people on the call, or 106 now. You're all dropping off here. So I just want to thank everyone that's been involved. Thank all the panelists from tonight and from last night for the time you put into your presentations and for being here. We've got lots of information, lots of challenges for everyone, and lots of food for thought. So thank you everyone for what you've been doing. Thank you to everyone on the call for giving up your time this evening when the pubs are open for the first time in ages and you spent your time listening to us. So thank you for that huge sacrifice for everyone that you made for Rotary. Please take this stuff back to your clubs. Take these ideas and thoughts back to your clubs. Share it with the people that weren't here and hopefully build it into your own club assemblies to get your plans for the year ahead. So yeah, have a good year. We're all here to support you. If you need more information, please shout. You know where we all are now. You know where we are. Get in touch with us. We're here to support you to deliver all of these goals. And it's been great having everyone on the call tonight. Our international guest, Eric's, we're having you all over there from the US. So thank you very much, everyone, for that. So have a good Rotary year, and I hopefully see you all face to face and sooner rather than later.